Good morning and welcome to the Daily Cyber Briefing for Tuesday, the 21st of January. It's Stephen Ridgway. It is. I am. A vulnerability in my favourite text editor has been patched. So, VIM or VI. VIM has been patched. So the vulnerability is tracked as CVE-2025-24014. The vulnerability is an out-of-bounds write vulnerability, and versions of Vim prior to 9.1.1043 could potentially be exploited during what are known as silent X mode operations, which are operations designed to run without a visible interface. If you want more details, there is a decent article on GB Hackers that talks about what this is and what's been done to fix it. But basically, patches are available. So if you are like me, a fan of Vim, and bear in mind it crops up even if you're not using it. Good to check the versions that you're using, and if a patch is needed, prompt. Most operating systems will pick this up and push it out. Most flavors of Linux or Linux like BSDs and things will undoubtedly pick this up and push it out in the next round. If you're particularly worried, you might want to go and nudge the system to upgrade it. And any smugness from users of Nano, please bear in mind that you're not immune to vulnerabilities either. Text editor flame wars to follow. OpenVPN Easy RSA has got a vulnerability that allows an attacker to brute force the private certificate authority key. This appears to be just a very straightforward coding error. Instead of securing the private key using AES-256 CBC, which was what was intended, Easy RSA has defaulted to what's as described here as the outdated and less secure DES EDE3 CBC cipher. For the uninitiated, the bit to worry about is DES. So DES, very good, very secure encryption algorithm from the previous century. DES was superseded by triple DES, and triple DES was superseded by AES. The reason being not because there are some challenges around, some architectural challenges, meaning that it can be attacked in certain sorts of ways, but just basically computing power overtook it. It became possible to brute force decrypt stuff encrypted with DES quite a long time ago. I can't remember, and I didn't look it. I should have looked it up, but I can't remember. I think it might be at least a decade, if not 20 years ago. DES became not so much deprecated as just deprecated. Triple DES followed quite soon after that. So the fact that the fact that EasyRSA through OpenVPN has been using DES to protect the certificate authority private key is almost definitely just a mistake. It is being fixed. The recommendations are to re-encrypt the private CA key, which is as simple as the command easyrsa set-pass space CA, and then choose the AES-256 CBC cipher, or another cipher that is in line with your company's policy on encryption. And also upgrade to a later version of EasyRSA. You're looking to be on something which is 3.2.0 or newer, and this particular issue has been rectified there. Not sure whether if you upgrade, whether it retrospectively fixes the issue or not. You might need to have a look at that. And not had a chance to actually go and test that this morning. So yeah, there are version-specific vulnerabilities, but the article that we will link to the briefing sets out what the details of what the issue is and what you need to do about it. And then finally from me today, CERT from the Ukraine, so the Computer Emergency Response Team of Ukraine, the government, the official body, is warning of ongoing attempts by what they're describing as unknown threat actors in this particular article, but have been alleged to be Russian groups, unsurprisingly, in other articles. They are looking to impersonate the cybersecurity agencies by sending AnyDesk connection requests. Now, the fact that it's the Ukrainians that have raised this isn't the specific issue. So, yes, okay, clearly the Ukraine is under cyber attack as much as physical attack during the war. Okay, that's understandable. However, it is a good reminder that these targeted remote desktop support type scams are and remain common. And whilst this one is focusing on using AnyDesk, just bear in mind that if it becomes common knowledge to attackers what particular remote assistance or remote help solution your organization uses, expect the same type of attack to be tailored for your organization. So, I mean, if you've not come across it before, I'm sure most people listening to this have, but if you haven't, very briefly, what this is that users get, in one way or another, conned or tricked into believing that their own help desk, support desk, IT department, whatever it may be, needs access to their device in order to fix something. Or check something, or whatever it may be. They're then asked to run remote desktop software on their machine. Now, with the unknowing then assistance of the end user, the attacker can get a full desktop onto the machine, from where they can do all the usual things: install anything that they want, lift information, do whatever they need. So it's a very simple way of, from an attacker's perspective, of gaining full access to a machine with the rights of the logged-in user. This, by the way, is one of the many reasons why you shouldn't undertake office type tasks with an account that has elevated privileges or rights. So basically, it's kind of an old-fashioned architecture, but it's a very solid and very good, and I would still recommend it, architecture for designing accounts, is to segregate administrative access, even local admin, away from interacting with day-to-day stuff. So there's no some of the most secure organizations I've worked in or worked with have done things like prevent admin accounts from having access to email or internet. Now, immediately, most people with an infrastructure or tech background are going to go, well, how can you get the job done then? And it takes a little bit of thought. You have to have then secure channels by which you can move, say, patches in and out of the environment. You have to segregate off your management interfaces and your management tooling from your office properly. So, proper segmentation, all of this cheap and dirty flat network stuff, you actually have to think about how these things work. So it shouldn't be simple by any manner of means for an end user who has administrative rights of any kind to be able to be running remote desktop software, which an attacker can access. So you need to put some thought into how this stuff is architected. But in the meantime, definitely worth having a think about how your users can authenticate your help desk. This is a two-way street from the point of view of potential attacks. It is well known that the attack on junior people in the help desk is well known. Effectively, you phone up saying, "I'm the CEO. I locked myself out. I've forgotten my password. I want you to change my password right now," or whatever it may be. And it takes quite a brave junior analyst to say, "No, I'm not going to do that. I need to get some. I need to get some authentication, or I need to get some authorization in order to do that," sort of thing. Now, you can imagine that in the cold light of day, most CEOs would be very happy that checks and balances were put in place. But if you're the CEO who's about to lose a multi-million-pound deal because they're not able to log into whatever it might be in order to sign something, they will probably not want any delays whatsoever. And that's played upon. The help desk authenticating the user is one thing, but the users are never really thinking about, do they authenticate the help desk? Definitely one worth thinking about. One to bear in mind, it's still out there. It remains reasonably common as a method of phishing and scamming your workforce. Reasonably effective. And of course, if you're in a war zone, expect all these things to be chucked at you. Right, that's enough from me for today.